Decorating cookies is my happy place, and mixing up royal icing to make them look as good as they taste is awesome. But sometimes, well, even the best of us make mistakes. Hi, I'm Lauren from Lollys Home Kitchen. You can call me Lolly. And in this video, I'm sharing some of the most common mistakes people make when they're decorating cookies so that you can avoid them and make sure your cookies stay edible, beautiful, and delicious, and totally intact too. All right, let's get going. All right, I've got some icing here, I've got some outline consistency, and I've got some flood because I want to show you the top two mistakes that people make. First one is pushing your icing instead of pulling it when you're outlining your cookies. So let me show you. I want to show you what happens when you push your icing instead of pulling it, all right? So you want to touch your icing down and pull, right? If you go along and you're touching your icing down and you're pushing it along, you are not gonna get a nice, even, smooth line, okay? So what you wanna do is touch it down, lift up, let it fall down onto your cookie. I'm gonna take the pressure off and then lay it down right there. But if you're going along really, really close to the cookie, it's really hard to get it even and smooth, and it's just not gonna look as good. So make sure that you're pulling your icing outline instead of pushing it. The other thing is when you're filling your icing, you wanna make sure that you fill the right amount. Most people, when they start doing their floods, it gets kind of lumpy. So let me show you how to take care of that. I'm gonna do it on this cookie here. So I'm gonna show you again, pulling your icing, even around curves. So I showed you on some straight lines, but even on curves. All right, so we're gonna outline this one the right way, and it really helps to kind of turn your cookie with this too. And then you don't feel like you have to push your outline. Okay, so the number two mistake is not flooding enough, not putting enough icing in your flood, all right? So I'm gonna start on the edges, and maybe you're thinking, well, I'm nervous, I don't want it to overflow. Guess what? The surface tension that's created because of your outline consistency can actually hold quite a bit of icing. So if you're nervous about it, what I want you to do is test it. Just keep putting icing in until it does overflow, and then you'll know and get a little bit more comfortable with the limit. So let's say I'm putting this much in, right? All right, I'm gonna grab my scribe. I'm gonna fill it. I'm gonna cover all of the cookie surface, and I'm even gonna smooth it out as much as possible. But guess what? It's still a little lumpy. And even when I get down at eye level, it's still lumpy. How do I fix that? You wanna put more icing on, more flood. So fill in those other spots. Go ahead and give it a bit more there. And let's smooth that out again. There we go. Now I've got a nice, smooth top, no lumps, because I put enough flood in there. All right. Third main mistake that most cookie decorators make is not putting on enough layers and detail on their cookie to make them look amazing. I'm gonna show you how to get the right layers so that your cookies have the right detail and look awesome. But before I do that, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to amaze your family and friends with the most awesome looking cookies they've ever seen, you're in the right place. This channel is where deliciousness meets joy, and we're all about having fun with cookies. We'll show you how to make cookies that look impressive, but are super easy to make. So please do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, share this channel with any of your friends and family who you think would love to watch this too. It really helps out. So thank you. I'm gonna get back to the video, and I'm gonna show you how to add enough detail to your cookie to make it look like you want. I've got a couple of cookies here, and it's feeling really plain, right? And if you feel like your cookies are a little plain, let me show you what you can do. Number one, you wanna add your base, okay? So I always look at it, there's three main ways to add enough detail to make your cookies look amazing and so that they don't look too plain. One is you wanna add your main base, right? So I've got my main base flood on here, and it's pretty cute, right? It's a little baby onesie, and it looks like it's got some ruffles on it, but it just doesn't feel like quite enough. And so the second step is you wanna add some pattern. You wanna add some pattern and texture to it. So I'm gonna take my orange food marker, and I've got some orange flood here already. And you could airbrush it if you wanted to. You could add pattern in a few different ways. I'm gonna add pattern with this marker, and I'm gonna just add some dots to it. And I know it's color on color, so this is gonna be subtle, but I wanted a little bit more subtle pattern here. So you can just go ahead and you can draw stripes if you want to. You can do any kind of pattern that you want. I think that the dots will just look really cute with this. Okay, so now that I've got some pattern on there, I wanna add some ruffles too. I wanna add some texture. So I've got my base, I've got my pattern, and now I'm gonna add some texture. And I'm gonna use the help of my swivel over here, because I'm gonna use my really thick white icing. I've got a Wilton 103 tip to do these ruffles. And I'm gonna show you how I've got to lay these down here. So I'm gonna start right here. There we go. And now the other side. And I do have some white flooded underneath just to give it, you know, I wanted to have that base flood layer. And then I've got some that's kind of sticking up, so I'm just gonna go ahead and smooth that out a little bit. And there we go, oh my gosh. So it's getting better already, look at that. It's getting so much cuter. It's starting to feel like a much more finished cookie. It's missing one thing though. So the third way to add more detail is to add little tiny details. So I wanna put a little, this is kind of going with a cutie theme, right? Like those little oranges. So I'm gonna add a little orange to the top of the blouse that's underneath this onesie. So I've got some thicker orange here, some thicker kind of outline consistency orange. I've got my green over here too, so I'm gonna use that, but I'm just gonna do a nice dot right here. And then I'm gonna smooth that out. And I need a tiny bit of green for the leaf on there. Add even just a dot of green right there. That adds just one final detail, really makes your cookie come together. And I can't tell you how many times I see cookies that someone will ask me, what can I do to my cookie? How can I make it look finished? Does it need something else? So I always follow those 3 guidelines. You want a base, you want some pattern and texture, and then you want some final details, and makes it really come together. Would you love to start making your very own professional looking, super fun decorated cookies in your own home in just the time that it takes to fold laundry or run an errand? If you're thinking yes, I would love to invite you to join me in Lollys Cookie Camp. It's a 5-part workshop series that gives you insider secrets to professional cookie decorating. Your cookies will be the star of the party, the talk of the town. They're gonna be perfect for any gift or occasion. And you know, I often say that cookies can change lives. I truly believe that. They certainly changed mine. And I wanna share some of that magic with you. So if you feel like it's time to level up your cookie decorating skills, or have been dying to try it, it's so easy. Just go to the link in the video description, pop in your details, sign up, and let's get decorating.